In this episode, I'll be talking about the 4 things you need to know before purchasing your BMW R1250GS. I'm heading an hour and a half west of Sydney today into the Blue Mountains to a place called Katoomba, where I'm going to show you a very cool, unique cafe. And after I have a couple of coffees and a bite to eat, we'll head on to some really interesting little roads and chat about this amazing machine. Make sure you check out Driva for your next vehicle finance. Driva is our channel partner and they'll get you the best finance deal on your next car or motorcycle. Click the link below or the pinned comment. That'll take you to the Driva website where you'll get a bunch of finance options tailored for you in under 2 minutes, and it will not affect your credit score. Head over to Driva for your next vehicle finance, and now back to the episode. Well, g'day throttlers, welcome back to the channel. This week's destination foodie location brings me up into the beautiful Blue Mountains. I'm at Katoomba and I'm walking down to Echo Point to give you a bit of a look at the Three Sisters before we go and check out this very unique, you could say quirky, cafe here in Katoomba. Anyway, let's go and check out the Three Sisters. A fun fact, my grandma, when I was young, she didn't have much money. She'd save up her pension, and every now and then I'd jump on a train with her from Sydney and would come all the way up here to Katoomba, catch a bus down here to the Three Sisters, and she would have a picnic lunch. She'd have the most amazing little sandwiches and an iced coffee, and this is a location that really is a special location for me, remembering my late grandma. But how spectacular is the views up here? Let's have a look. Well, there you go, team. Happy memories, hey? Time for me to go and get a coffee and a bacon and egg roll from on the Soul Side Katoomba. I have to say though, it's really quite chilly up here. It's about 14 degrees. Almost, I don't know, 7 degrees colder than when I left home. In this week's Destination Foodie segment, we visit the On the Soul Side Cafe in Katoomba, located in the Hotel Gearin, just across the road from the railway station. Now, this is run by a fella called Dave Griffiths, and it's boasted here that it's the last great coffee for 1,000 miles, and I can attest that this coffee is absolutely amazing. The cafe is motorcycle friendly. In fact, it's motorcycle common there. There's great music. Bacon egg rolls Monday to Friday up until 9 a.m, toasties throughout the day. And what's the most unique thing about this place is that there's a locals corner. You sit there in the morning and you watch all of the locals come and go. Everyone knows each other, and it's such a nice community feel. If you're riding or driving through Katoomba and you want a good coffee, pop in to On the Soul Side Cafe. Tell them Throw Around to send you. With my belly full and my blood caffeinated, I jump back on the bike and I head west. Just a little bit down the road, I find a place called the Darling Causeway. This is a road that connects the highway across to the Bell line of road. Now, there's a little road off to the left down here called Hartley Vale Road, which I'm looking for, recommended to me by Steph from Burgers, Bikes and Beers. So let's see if we can find it. Now, as you can see, Hartley Vale Road is absolutely beautiful, picturesque. It's an amazing road to go down, but be warned, at the time of filming, the road was in a horrible state of disrepair. Obviously the GS ate it up with ease, but if you're running down here on a normal street bike, you'd have to be super careful and take it easy. Once you get down onto the valley floor, everything opens up to a beautiful green valley as you pass through Hartley Vale, which is such a lovely but small little town. like I'm not going up there. So how cool is on the Soul Side Cafe? Dave's an absolute legend. The coffee's amazing, the food's good, and the locals congregate there in the corner and just chat each day. Such a beautiful place. I love community like that. Anyway, the 4 things I wish I knew about the BMW R1250GS before I bought it. That's what this video is all about. So the first thing that I wish I knew about the R1250GS is how exceptional the ride quality is and the performance is. For those of you who don't know, I've come from a Harley Davidson Street Glide Special, a 114 with a Stage 2 kit on it. And although it was my dream bike, it's not the bike that's suitable for me right now. The moment I test drove this, and it was quite by accident to be completely honest, but the moment I test drove this, I fell in love with it instantly. The performance in high speed cornering, the comfort in every single road aspect at all, I had to own it straight away. It was a no-brainer for me. So that's number 1. I wish I had have known earlier about the ride performance and ride quality on this. I reckon I would have owned a GS years ago if I'd ever ridden one before. Fell in love with it absolutely instantly. Here we are. I'm down in Hartley, Vale, which is over behind the Blue Mountains, and the place is just stunning down here. Such beautiful scenery in the valley. It's all green and beautiful. The roads are twisty and windy, but they're rough as hell at the moment because of all the rains we've had, but absolutely stunning. Now, another thing that I wish I knew, in fact, this is more the fact that you need to know if you're thinking about buying a 1250GS, you need to know this, is it's a heavy bike. And a lot of people have said, why have you gone for a heavy adventure bike for your first adventure bike? And the truth is, this is over 100 kilos lighter than my Street Glide Special was. So for me, in the purpose that I will be using this bike, this is feeling really light. It feels like an urban motard compared to my Street Glide Special. But if you are coming from a smaller bike, maybe you're coming from a dirt bike, maybe you're coming from a smaller road bike, she's a big girl and she feels big on the road too. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking about it, take into consideration the size, the height and the weight of the R1250GS. After a quick squirt on the dirt, it was time to head back up the windy Hartley Vale Road, hit the Causeway down into Bell Line, some high-speed freeway runs heading back towards Sydney. So what are we up to? Number 3, things you should know before purchasing one of these. Well, let's face it, any accessory that's a genuine BMW accessory is going to cost you a bomb. All genuine, German-made BMW accessories are so expensive, but they fit perfectly. They're designed for the bike, so there is a trade-off there. However, something to consider is aftermarket accessories, in particular luggage. You can get it for almost half the price at the same quality. So for example, I've got the Hepco and Becker Xceed top box. It's absolutely amazing. It's a very easy install. I'll be doing a full review of it coming up real soon. But if you're interested in luggage, aftermarket accessories for the R1250GS, look up Hepco and Becker. And also, if you happen to be in Australia, go to Motorcycle Adventure Products and have a look at the whole Hepco and Becker range. They're based down in Mittagong in New South Wales, but they ship to everywhere in Australia. So check out these guys, awesome family business, great prices on really, really good quality gear for all of your adventure bikes. Anyway, let's jump back on. Lastly, I just wish I knew how much I would enjoy riding the BMW R1250GS before buying it. This is such a smile-inducing, versatile bike. It can handle long rides, it's great commuting, it's a great little hooligan machine, and also obviously it has off-road ability as well. What an amazing bike. If you are considering an R1250GS, I highly recommend you go and test drive. You won't regret it. In fact, I challenge you not to fall in love.